In the thrilling world of Monster Hunter, the Sword and Shield is your ticket to mastery. This dynamic weapon combo offers the perfect blend of offense and defense, allowing you to dance through the battlefield with precision and finesse. With the sword's swift strikes and the shield's solid protection, you're not just a formidable force, but also a versatile hunter capable of adapting to any monster's attack patterns. Whether you're slashing through tough heights or parrying a fearsome charge, the Sword and Shield's agility and adaptability makes it an essential choice for those who crave the perfect balance between offense and protection in their hunt for epic monsters. Embrace the Sword and Shield and etch your legacy into the chronicles of Monster Hunter lore. Hey guys, Shanzi here, and welcome to the basic Sword and Shield guide. Tap to attack. Tapping repeatedly allows your hunter to do 4 slashes followed by a strong round slash. If you continue to tap after that, you'll continue into the Shield Bash combo. Shield Bash combo does 4 strong shield hits. It is worth noting that if you connect these Shield Bash hits to the monster's head, you will do KO damage. With enough KO damage to the head, the monster will be stunned. This is quite rare though for Sword and Shield, since you cannot choose when to use the Shield Bash attacks. Usually the monster dies before that. If you tap and hold, you will raise your shield to block incoming attacks. If your hunter does not get knocked back much, you can tap to perform a strong round slash and continue into a Shield Bash combo. If your hunter gets a huge knockback, you can tap to leap forward and slash the monster once. If you tap again at this point, you'll do another 2 slashes as you leap into the air. Then, you can tap to do a Falling Shield Bash. This Falling Shield Bash does 2 strong hits as you land onto the ground. You can perform the same actions without taking a hit too. Tap and hold to guard. With your fingers still on the screen, flick it downwards to perform a back hop. Tap again to perform 2 slashes as you leap into the air, and when you're in the air, tap again to perform a Falling Shield Bash. Do note that you can tap to charge after the back hop to deal even more damage. When you tap and hold, and time it right as you flick your finger downwards, you will be charged immediately and can continue with your combo. Just like any other weapons, you can perform a perfect evade if you time your dodge just as the monster hits you. After a perfect evade, you will do a strong round slash and you can continue to tap into the Shield Bash combo. The Sword and Shield special attack is the perfect rush combo. You will do a flurry of hits to the monster, and there are moments during the combo that if you tap at the right time, you will deal more damage. I must say once again that this is my personal build recommendations. Feel free to make changes to suit your playstyle. I have tested out both Poke and Jiro's Sword and Shield for early game, and it seems like Poke is the winner here. It has decent raw, and the additional poison ticks will be able to bring you to at least 8 stars. After that, you'll probably need to go with elemental weapons because the jump from 8 stars to 9 stars is crazy, and the monster's HP are greatly increased. In early game, you can go for Kulu helm and boots, leather chest, Poke gloves and waist. With just grade 2 on all armor, you can get lock on, attack boost 1, poison attack 2, and crit eye 1. In mid game, assuming that you have already unlocked Ratian, you can swap Poke gloves for Rattan gloves for lock on and burst, leather chest for Anjanath chest, and Kulu helm for Palumu helm. With armor pieces at grade 4, it gives you concentration 1, special boost 1, lock on and burst, poison attack 1, and crit eye 1. If you prefer to be a little more defensive, you can swap out Poke waist for Palumu for Divine Blessing 1. Now that you have unlocked them all and finished your first playthrough, you can use Rathalos helm and chest, Ratian gloves and Kulu boots. This gives you attack boost 2, weakness exploit 2, burst 2, lock on and crit eye 2. At this point you can choose either Diablo's waist for Part Breaker, Poke waist for poison 2, or Ratian waist for the additional 5% bonus from burst. This game kind of forces you to go with elements at around 9 star onwards, and that's when Poke's Sword and Shield is just not good enough. For fire, I would choose Referral over Engineer simply because the weapon looks badass and I'm shallow like that. You can choose to stick with Engineer if you want, and it makes great sense too, since it's way easier to find Engineer in the wild. But come on, Referral's sword and shield looks so good, right? Armor wise, you can go with Engineer's helm and gloves, Referral's chest and waist, and Kuroyaku's boots. This gives you fire attack 5, weakness exploit 2, and crit eye 2. Please note that this set does not have lock on. It would be a waste to swap out either Engineer's helm for Kuru or Engineer's gloves for Ratian just for lock on. You'll drop fire attack by 2 levels if you swap either out one of them, and that's a difference of 300 fire attack. For water, I would choose Duratodas over Jagras. While it is easier to farm for Jagras, the stats on Duratodas is much better. It is your prerogative though, so if you want to go with Jagras, cool. In terms of aesthetic, both looks bad anyway. Armor wise, you can go with Kuru helm for crit and lock on, Duratoda's chest and gloves, and Jagras boots for water attack 5. Waist is open for you to choose between Diablos for part breaker or Ratian for burst. For thunder, you do not have any choice except Tobi Katachi's weapon. For armor pieces, you can go with Ratello's helm for attack boost 2, Tobi chest and waist for thunder attack 3, Ratian gloves for lock on and burst 2, and Kuru boots for crit 2. Same as thunder, you do not have any options other than Legiana. You can go with Legiana helm and waist for ice attack 3, Ratello's chest for weakness exploit 2, Ratian gloves for lock on and burst 2, and Kuru boots for crit eye 2. Should you feel that the game is way too easy and prefer to take it on with an additional difficulty, you can go with Paralysis. Paralysis works really well in multiplayer, but lacks in damage for solo play. You can go with Referral's helm and chest for attack boost 2 and weakness exploit 2, Ratian gloves and waist for lock on and burst 3, and Kuru boots for crit eye 2. You should still be able to paralyze the monster at least once in a hunt. Sword and Shield is really fun to play, and I had a good time researching and experimenting on this weapon. I look forward to do up a video on dual blades when it releases. I'm a noob in Sword and Shield, so you Sword and Shield vets out there, should there be any pro tips you would like to share, please leave a comment down below to help the new players out. Till then, thank you for watching, and as usual, please leave a like and do consider subscribing for future content. Bye bye!